Today, we'll dive into one of the most powerful and comforting psalms in the Bible, Psalm 91. This psalm has been a source of strength, hope, and protection for many down through the centuries. As we explore each verse, we'll discover the promises and truths it contains, and how we can apply them in our lives. Verses 1 and 2, He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my God, my refuge, my fortress, and in Him I will trust. These verses remind us that our security and protection come from God. He is our safe haven, our shelter from the storms of life. Sometimes we face frightening situations or threats that seem insurmountable. However, when we trust God as our refuge, we rest in the certainty that He is watching over us, even when everything looks bleak. Verses 3 and 4, He will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the harmful pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will be safe. His truth is a shield and buckler. Here, we see a powerful image of God as our protector. He guards us from the dangers around us, just as a hen protects her young under her wings. God's truth is our armor against fear and uncertainty. When we rely on His truth, we find the strength to face adversity with courage. Verse 5 and 6, You shall not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the dark, nor the plague that destroys at midday. These verses assure us that no matter when or where we face challenges, God is with us. He protects us from visible and invisible dangers. How many times are we faced with moments of darkness and uncertainty in our lives? Psalm 91 reminds us that when we trust in God, we need not fear the unknown. He is our light amidst the darkness. Verses 7 and 8, 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but nothing will reach you. You will only look and see the punishment of the wicked. These verses tell us about divine protection. When we trust God, no matter how many challenges are around us, He keeps us safe. This does not mean that we will not face difficulties, but it does mean that we will not be defeated by them. We can face adversity with the certainty that God is with us. Verses 9 and 10, If you make the Most High your refuge, no harm will come near you, no harm will come near your tent. These verses emphasize the importance of making God our refuge. When we do this, He protects us from all harm and misfortune. Trust in God as our refuge doesn't mean we'll never face difficulties, but it does mean that even when we do, we're not alone. God is our fortress in times of storm. Verse 11 to 13, For He will give His angels charge over you to protect you in all your ways. With their hands they will uphold you so that you do not stumble over a stone. You will trample the lion and the snake, you will trample the mighty lion and the serpent. These verses remind us that God sends His angels to protect us. God's angels are all around us, guarding and protecting us from known and unknown dangers. They help us overcome obstacles that seem insurmountable. Verses 14 to 16, Because He loves me, I will rescue Him, I will protect Him, because He knows my name. He will cry to me, and I will answer Him. and I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and cover him, honor him. Long life will I give him, and show him my salvation. Here we see God's love and promise. God loves us unconditionally and promises to rescue us, protect us, and answer our prayers. When we face difficulties, He will be by our side, delivering us and blessing us with long life and His eternal salvation. As we explore Psalm 91, we find a message of hope, strength, and trust in God. He is our refuge, protector, and redeemer. When we face challenges, we can remember the words of this psalm and trust God to guide us. May these truths inspire us to live a life of faith, trust, and gratitude to God. May we cling to these promises, knowing that He is faithful in all circumstances. May the strength of this prayer unite us even more. If you were touched by these words of faith, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and share this message of hope with those you love. Together we spread the light of prayer and blessing. Thank you for being part of this spiritual journey.